Hello, sixth graders. Today we are doing a lesson on the Pythagorean theorem. I think this is kind of a fun lesson. You might not think it's so fun, but I think it's kind of fun to learn something new, something that I've heard about people talking about before. Hopefully you've watched the opening little math video. It's a great one to kind of introduce you to the Pythagorean theorem and how we are going to use it today. So first up, the key idea. So, sides of a right triangle. So we have these two shorter sides of right triangles are called the legs. And then the longest side of a right triangle is what's called your hypotenuse. So two shorter sides are your legs and your longest side is your hypotenuse. And remember, the hypotenuse is always opposite the right angle. In this Pythagorean theorem, it works for all right triangles. So in any right triangle, the sum of the squares of the lengths of the legs is equal to the square of the length of the hypotenuse. So A and B are going to be your two legs, and C is always going to be your hypotenuse. And what Pythagoras found is that A squared, which means the length of side A squared, plus the length of side B squared, is always going to equal the length of the hypotenuse C squared. And with this theorem, we're going to be able to find missing sides of right triangles using the Pythagorean theorem. So first example, it says find the length of the hypotenuse. Well, you can see that they give me this leg, they give me this leg. It doesn't really matter which one is A and which one is B. It just has to be the two shorter sides are your A and B sides, and your longest side is always your C side. So keeping this formula in mind, A squared plus B squared equals C squared, I'm going to fill in 3 for A and 4 for B. Then, of course, I have to square both of those sides, which then gives me 9 plus 16 equals C squared. Then I add 9 plus 16 together, and I get 25. Well, 25 equals C squared. Well, remembering back to the first lesson in chapter 14, to undo squaring, I just have to square root. So I square root both sides, and that leaves me with an answer of 5. That means that this side length here is equal to 5 inches. And how we solved that was by using the Pythagorean theorem. You can pause the video here and try solving these two on your own. All right, to check these two, first up, this is line C, this is the hypotenuse, and these would be A and B. So I replace A with 15, B with 8, and then I square both of those numbers. So 15 squared is 225, 8 squared is 64. I add 225 plus 64 and I get 289, and that's actually what C squared is. There should be a little 2 there, but I forgot to copy that into there. Let's just move it to there, so now it's there. Then I'd square root both sides because that undoes C squared by square rooting it, and that leaves me with 17. So the length of this side here would be 17 feet. 2 is a little bit trickier because we had to work with fractions for this one. So again, these are my two legs, 2/5 and 3/10. So it's going to be 2/5 squared plus 3/10 squared. Well, 2/5 squared is actually 4 25ths because I just square the top and the bottom numbers. 3/10 squared is going to be 9 100ths because I just square the top and the bottom. 4 25ths plus 9 100ths, you have to find a common denominator, which is actually 100, and then you can simplify it from there. It's going to give me 1/4. So 1/4 equals, oops, that little 2 should not be there, equals C squared. So then I just have to square root both sides, and 1/4 square rooted gives me 1/2. So that means the length of this side here would be 1/2 inches. 2 is a little bit different than the first example was. In this one, you'll notice that they actually give me the longest side, the hypotenuse side. They give me one of the legs, but now I'm missing the other leg. So we have to solve this one a little bit differently than we did example 1. So first thing, I'm going to replace 7 with A, and I'm going to replace C with 25. So now I have 7 squared plus B squared equals 25 squared. Well, I can figure out what 7 squared is. Of course, it's 49. And I can figure out what 25 squared is. Of course, it's 625. Now, what's a little different than the last question is I have to get b squared by itself. So I subtract 49 on both sides. When I subtract 49 on both sides, that gives me 576. And now, similar to the last problem, now I just have to square root both sides to undo b squared, and that takes me to my answer of 24. So that means the length of this side is 24, and that does make sense because that would still mean that these are my two shorter sides, and that one would be my longest side. Please try solving these two on your own. You can pause the video. All right, to check how you did on these two, again, for this one, they give me A here. You're looking for B, and they give you C for this one. So I filled in 16 squared plus B squared equals 34 squared. I figured out what 16 squared is 256. I figured out what 34 squared is 1,156. Then I subtracted 256 from both sides to get b squared by itself. That left me with 900. Then I square rooted both sides, and that gave me my answer of b is equal to 30 yards. This one looks a little bit trickier, but it's really kind of the same thing. You just have decimal numbers instead of whole numbers that we've been working with. So a squared plus 9.6 squared equals 10.4 squared, because 10.4 is opposite my right angle, so that has to be my hypotenuse. Then I figured out what 9.6 squared is 92.16. I found out what 10.4 squared is 108.16. And then I subtracted 92.16 on both sides, so I would get a squared by itself. So that means a squared equals 16. And then, of course, I just have to square root both sides, and that leaves me with a equaling 4, and it would be 4 meters, and that makes sense because that would still have these two sides being my longest side and this one being my hypotenuse. All right, example 3 is a real-life application. You and your cousin are planning to go to an amusement park. You live 36 miles south of the amusement park and 15 miles west of your cousin. How far away from the amusement park does your cousin live? Well, what I did to get started on this one is I drew myself a little picture. So you live 36 miles south of the amusement park. So I started here, drew a line going south, and labeled it 36. Then your cousin lives 15 miles west. So then I drew an arrow this direction and drew 15. Well, I want to figure out how far my cousin who lives over here lives from the amusement park, which would be up here. So this would be A, this would be B, and then I'm looking for C. So 15 squared plus 36 squared equals C squared. I figure out what 15 squared is, I figure out what 36 squared is, and I add them together. That gives me 1521, and then I square root both sides, and that gives me 39. Well, to answer the question, my cousin lives 39 miles from the amusement park. Okay, you can pause the video and try doing this one on your own. All right, to check this one, Rick rides his bike 3 miles north to your house so you can ride your bikes to school together in the morning. The two of you then ride 4 miles east to school. How many miles would Rick ride if he went straight to school instead of stopping by your house? So first I made a little picture. So Rick rides his bike 3 miles north. Then he stops at your house, and then the two of you ride 4 miles east to get to school, which would be located right here. Well, how many miles would Rick have rode if he just went straight from his house to school instead of going north and then going east with you to get to school? So these two would be my A and B, and this one would be my C. So 3 squared plus 4 squared equals C squared. I replace 3 squared with 9, 4 squared with 16, add those two numbers together and get 25. Then I just have to square root both sides and I get 5. So then to answer the question, Rick would ride 5 miles to school instead of 7 miles. But if he wants to ride with somebody, then he's going to have to ride his bike 2 miles longer. Homework time. So you can get out your textbook and a piece of paper, and we can get started on this homework assignment together. First question says, in a right triangle, how can you tell which sides are the legs and which sides are the hypotenuse? And the answer to that question is the longest side is always the hypotenuse. The 2 shorter sides are your legs. And remember, your hypotenuse is always going to be opposite the right angle. Second question's a little bit of a longer one. It says, which is different, and then find both answers. Well, which side is the hypotenuse? That's referring to C. Which side is the longest? That's referring to C. Which side is a leg? Well, that's referring to either A or B. And which side is opposite the right angle? That's again referring to C. So the one that's different is which side is a leg. And then to find both answers, I would say C is the hypotenuse and A and B are the legs. Remember, if you have any questions, you can always send me an email and I'll get back to you as quick as I can. Thanks for watching. Bye.